If you're over 60, that innocent glass you reach for each evening might be the very thing standing between you and the healthy golden years you deserve. I'm about to share something that will shock you. 5 drinks that millions of seniors consume daily, believing they're harmless, when in reality they're quietly sabotaging the most vital organ in their body. What breaks my heart is that these weren't inevitable consequences of aging. They were preventable. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 drinks that are secretly weakening your heart muscle, disrupting your natural rhythm, and setting you up for cardiac events you never saw coming. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I share life-saving health insights specifically for those over 60, and you won't want to miss a single one. If this video helps you today, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, let me know with a 0 so I can serve you better. Number 1. Your nightly red wine ritual. Doctor, I only have 1 glass of red wine with dinner. That's good for my heart, right? I hear this at least 3 times a week in my practice, and each time I have to deliver news that surprises my patients. That evening, glass of red wine you've been told protects your heart. After 60, it's doing the exact opposite. Here's what happens in your body that honestly nobody really talks about. As we age, our liver enzymes slow down dramatically. What once took your body about 1 hour to process now, well, it takes 2 or even 3 hours. During that extended time, alcohol is circulating through your bloodstream, causing your blood vessels to constrict and your blood pressure to spike. I've seen patients whose blood pressure jumps 15 to 20 points after just 1 glass of wine. But the real danger, I have to say, lies in what happens while you sleep. That wine might make you feel drowsy, but it's actually stealing your deep sleep, the very time when your heart should be resting and repairing itself. Instead, your heart rate becomes erratic, your blood pressure fluctuates wildly, and you wake up with what feels like anxiety, but is actually your cardiovascular system in distress. The most heartbreaking part? Many of my patients are on blood pressure medications, cholesterol drugs, or blood thinners. That so-called heart-healthy glass of wine can reduce their medication effectiveness by up to 40%. I've seen strokes happen because patients thought they were being healthy. Your heart has been beating faithfully for over 6 decades. It really does deserve better than a ritual based on outdated research and wine industry marketing. If you're looking for antioxidants, a handful of blueberries gives you 10 times more benefit without any of the risks. Number 2, beer, the deceptive light choice. Beer feels innocent, doesn't it? It's not as strong as liquor, not as fancy as wine, just a cold one while watching the game or unwinding after a long day. But here's what I see in my office every single week. Seniors whose harmless beer habit has become their heart's worst enemy. Beer is perhaps the most insidious of all alcoholic drinks for the aging heart because it hides its dangers so well. Every bottle contains rapidly absorbed sugars that spike your blood glucose, inflammatory compounds that damage your blood vessel walls, and enough alcohol to disrupt your heart's electrical system. But because it goes down easy, most people don't realize they're consuming the equivalent of multiple shots of alcohol. The biggest concern I have is visceral fat, the dangerous fat that wraps around your heart and other organs. Beer is particularly efficient at creating this inflammatory fat, which then pumps out chemicals that raise your blood pressure, increase your risk of irregular heartbeats, and make your arteries stiff and narrow. I had a 68-year-old patient, Jim, who came to me with chest pain and shortness of breath. Perfect health otherwise, walked every day, ate well, took his vitamins, but he had 2 beers every evening to relax. His heart scan showed inflammation around his coronary arteries directly linked to his nightly routine. Within 3 months of stopping, his symptoms disappeared. Beer also dehydrates you, which is particularly dangerous for seniors. Dehydrated blood is thicker, harder for your heart to pump and more likely to form the clots that cause heart attacks and strokes. That light and refreshing beer is actually making your heart work overtime every single night. Number 3. Cocktails. Sugar-coated heart attacks. There's something magical about a well-made cocktail. The colours, the garnish, the way it makes ordinary moments feel special. For many of my patients, cocktails represent celebration, sophistication, or just a way to treat themselves. But I need you to understand something crucial. Cocktails are essentially heart poison disguised as a treat. The combination of alcohol and sugar creates what I call a cardiac perfect storm. The sugar causes immediate inflammation in your blood vessels while spiking your insulin levels. The alcohol disrupts your heart's electrical system and raises your blood pressure. Together, they create an environment where heart attacks, strokes, and dangerous arrhythmias thrive. What makes cocktails particularly dangerous is their deceptive nature. The sweetness masks the alcohol content, making it easy to consume far more than you realize. I've had patients tell me they only had a couple of drinks at dinner, not realizing their 2 cocktails contained the alcohol equivalent of 6 shots of whiskey. The sugar content alone should terrify anyone over 60. A single pina colada contains more sugar than most people should consume in an entire day. That sugar directly feeds inflammation in your coronary arteries, accelerates atherosclerosis, and significantly increases your risk of sudden cardiac death. I recently treated a 72-year-old woman who ended up in the ER with atrial fibrillation after what she called a normal evening out. She'd had 3 cocktails over 4 hours, something she'd done dozens of times before. But this time, her heart couldn't handle the toxic combination of alcohol and sugar, and she spent 3 days in intensive care. Your heart doesn't need artificial celebration. It needs protection, respect, and the chance to beat steadily for many more years to come. Number 4. Hard liquor, the silent heart destroyer. There's a certain respect that comes with hard liquor, you know, whiskey, vodka, gin, brandy. It's straightforward, no nonsense, no sugar-coating. For many seniors, it represents a connection to simpler times, a way to honour tradition, or, well, simply the most efficient way to unwind. But after 60, that shot of whiskey hits your cardiovascular system like a sledgehammer. Hard liquor causes immediate and severe vasoconstriction. Your blood vessels clamp down hard and fast. This sudden constriction can trigger dangerous spikes in blood pressure, often reaching levels that can cause strokes or heart attacks within minutes. I've had patients arrive at the ER with chest pain directly following what they thought was a harmless nightcap. The concentration of alcohol in hard liquor overwhelms your aging liver's ability to process it safely. While your liver struggles for hours to break down that single shot, your heart is under constant assault. Your heart rate becomes irregular, your blood pressure remains elevated, and your risk of dangerous arrhythmias skyrockets. What's particularly concerning is that hard liquor is often consumed in solitude. A quiet drink to end the day, to ease pain, or to quiet troubling thoughts. This isolation means there's no one around if something goes wrong. And believe me, things can go wrong quickly. The cumulative effect is what really worries me. Each drink causes microscopic damage to your heart muscle, your electrical conduction system, and your coronary arteries. Over months and years, this damage adds up until one day your heart simply can't compensate anymore. I had a 65-year-old patient who prided himself on his evening bourbon ritual, just 1 shot every night for 20 years. He thought it was harmless because it was consistent and controlled. But when he came to me with heart palpitations, his heart showed clear signs of alcohol-induced cardiomyopathy. His heart muscle was weakened, his electrical system was damaged, and he was in early heart failure. All from what he considered a modest, refined habit. Number 5. Alcohol as a sleep aid, stealing tomorrow's energy. Perhaps the most heartbreaking habit I encounter is seniors who drink to sleep. The loneliness of evening, the racing thoughts, the physical discomfort that can come with age. All of these make that glass of wine or shot of whiskey before bed seem like a gentle, natural solution. But this innocent-seeming habit is robbing you of the very thing it promises to provide: restorative rest. Alcohol might make you drowsy initially, but it destroys the deep, healing sleep your heart desperately needs. During normal sleep, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your cardiovascular system repairs the day's damage. Alcohol prevents this crucial recovery time. Instead of resting, your heart works harder all night long. The sleep you get after drinking is fragmented and shallow. You might fall asleep quickly, but you'll wake frequently, often with your heart racing or feeling anxious. This isn't anxiety. It's your cardiovascular system in distress, struggling to function while processing alcohol toxins. What starts as an occasional sleep aid quickly becomes a dependency. Your body builds tolerance, requiring more alcohol to achieve the same drowsy effect, while your heart becomes increasingly vulnerable. I've seen patients escalate from 1 drink to 3 or 4, all in the name of sleep, never realizing they're slowly poisoning their heart. The cruel irony is that alcohol actually makes sleep problems worse over time. It disrupts your natural sleep hormones, increases cortisol levels, and creates a cycle where you need alcohol to sleep, but the alcohol prevents quality sleep. Meanwhile, your heart is paying the price every single night. There are so many safer, more effective ways to ease into sleep: herbal teas, gentle stretching, meditation, or simply the ritual of preparing your space for rest. Your heart needs true recovery time, not the false rest that alcohol provides. As a cardiologist, I've delivered difficult news to thousands of families. I've held hands in emergency rooms and explained to children why their parents' heart gave out. But I've also witnessed miraculous recoveries, seen hearts heal themselves when given the chance, and watched patients reclaim vibrant health by making simple but profound changes. Your heart is incredibly resilient, even after 60. Every day you choose to protect it instead of harm it, you're giving it the gift of healing. The damage from alcohol isn't always permanent. Your heart can strengthen, your blood pressure can normalize, and your risk of cardiac events can plummet with the right choices. Start with one change today. Replace tonight's drink with herbal tea. Check your blood pressure regularly. Talk honestly with your doctor about your drinking habits. Download a heart-healthy app that reminds you to stay hydrated and move gently throughout the day. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Your heart doesn't need you to be perfect, it just needs you to care. Every heartbeat is precious, and you have the power to protect everyone that's still to come. The question isn't whether you're too old to change, it's whether you're ready to give your heart the respect and protection it deserves after decades of faithful service. Your heart has carried you through every joy, every challenge, every moment of your life. Now it's asking for something in return: your attention, your care, and your commitment to its continued health. Are you ready to listen? I hope this video has opened your eyes to the hidden dangers lurking in drinks you thought were harmless. Your feedback means everything to me. Drop a 1 in the comments if this helped you today, or a 0 if you'd like me to cover something different. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more heart-healthy content designed specifically for your stage of life. Remember, every heartbeat matters, and you have the power to protect everyone that's still to come. Here's to your heart health and many more vibrant years ahead.